Hello YouTube. How y'all doing today? Been a long one for me. I ain't been long, got home.
Unless you get the king size, which is 14.7 centimeters.
Well, hello YouTube. How y'all doing today? I ain't been too long, got home.
Unless you get the king size.
Hello iPhone gamer. Super. Let me mute this. Oh, but thought I'd talk a little bit about next brew day here. The lager I got out there is been running for 1 week at 52 degrees, and I just upped the temp to 57 degrees. Then tomorrow I'll up at 5 more degrees before I go to work. And then I'm gonna leave it like that for until Sunday or Monday, and then I'm gonna cold crash it at about 35 degrees. But the next one is it's just like the last kit I bought from these people. They give you the what you got. Like I got 9 pounds of 2-row, 1 pound of Crystal 40. They don't tell you what the strike water is supposed to be. They don't tell you what the mash water is supposed to be. They don't tell you what the sparge water temperature is supposed to be. So you have to find all this out yourself. So you have to go ask people, I reckon. Well, that's what I did with Oktoberfest. I think they want you to use Beersmith. And I ain't paying Beersmith to tell me what to do. So, we got 5 ounces of Magnum. Bittering hops boiled for 60 minutes. We got 2 ounces of Liberty. Flavoring hops boiled at last 10 minutes. We got 2 ounces of Willamita. Aroma hops are boiled at last 1 minute. 1 ounce of Saz aroma hops are boiled the last 1 minute. We got a wort clarifying treatment. 1 tablet at 5 minutes, at last 5 minutes of boiling. We got priming sugar to add to the bottle, which I'm gonna add it to a keg, so it's 4 ounces of corn sugar. Boil with 2 cups of water for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna add this corn sugar to my hello Marty. I'm gonna add my 4 ounces of corn sugar to my boiling mash at the end. You have an estimated original gravity at 1.44 between it and 48. Estimated IBUs 35 to 39. Estimated alcohol by volume 4.5. It'll bring it up a little bit with the 4 ounces of corn sugar. Suggested fermentation temperature 50 degrees. So here's another one that ABV original gravity, final gravity 131 equals ABV. You have to write all that in there. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it ready as soon as that comes off. As soon as that comes out of the clarify, the cold chill, I'm going to take that yeast and I'm gonna add it right to this. I'm gonna add it right to this lager. I'm gonna take the same yeast that I'm using in that Oktoberfest, and I'm gonna take it out of there and I'm gonna add it into here. How did your beer turn out? The beer is doing pretty good. It's in a fermentation chamber outside. What you have to do is you have to put it in a fridge and you bring it down to 50 degrees, 52 degrees, and you leave it at 52 degrees for a week and it ferments. Then you rise the temp up 5 degrees for 3 days. The first day you bring it up to 55, which will be 57, then be 62, and then you leave it for till about 5 or 6 days. Then you go in there and you drop the temperature 5 degrees each day. After that for 2 days, and then you drop it all the way down to like 32, like 35 degrees. That's called cold crashing. So that'll be another week doing all that. So and then I'll cold crash it for a month. Then I'll try it and see how it looks and see how it's doing and see how clear it is. And but yeah, I gotta have. I started out with the hardest beer you can start out with. But I got me some wine. You seen? Got me some Concord grape wine going in there. Be about 20%. Take about 7 days. It's on my channel there. I made a yeast starter and all for it. Put that high-powered yeast of mine in it. It'll produce about a 20% alcohol, so that'd take a little edge off the having to wait the 3 months on the. Well, this is a new thing that I read and seen on YouTube that I'm trying with the cold crashing and all that. It's supposed to take 27 days to make that beer. So I don't know how long it's gonna take this, and I imagine it'd be about the same thing. An amber lager. I got more buckets and all. I ought to just but I ain't got enough kegs to put it in. I might get me an ale. They say you can brew it. I mean, fermentation. You can ferment it at about 77, 78 degrees. So, the fermentation goes way faster. I mean, yellow yeast to just go on, eat sugars and the H2O up, the oxygen, and just go ahead and get it on out of the way. And they say you can go to grain to glass, which is called. Hey, I started doing that, tagging on here, talking. They say you can go from grain to glass, which means you can brew it, you can ferment it in 7 to 14 days. Then you can put it in a fermentation chamber, fermentation bucket. You can set it there, set it in a cool spot of your house. Well, which is kind of chilly around here, so we put it in a hot spot, which is where my hot water heater is. And we brew it in about 7 to 14 days, and then put it on CO2 and hook it up to the keg, and it'll be ready in a week. From brew time to drinking time will be about 14 days. So I might brew one of them while these two are getting ready. So how y'all doing out there tonight? I just want to talk a little bit about brewing there. Been up since 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Get up 5. Oh. Well, that's good. Glad you're doing good there, Mr. Marty. You drinking anything, or you just on YouTube? Oh, going to get the rest of my. I don't know. I think I seen you comment on my water. A warm Bud Light. Hey, back in the day, I used to work at a place called Carter's Mill in Atlanta, and I used to hang around with this guy, and we got off at we worked 12 to 8, and 12 at night to 8 in the morning, and we got off at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the sun always come right up and it shined right where he parked, right on his windshield. That man, before he went to work, he'd buy him a 12-pack or case of Bud Light, and he'd set it on the dash. He'd actually set it on the dash of his car, and that damn sun would come down and it would heat that beer up. We always kept ours in coolers in the back of the truck to drink a few. But he would put that beer right on the dash, and by the time he come out of the mill, that beer done got lukewarm. Boy, about 8 beers, 9 beers. You know, we was up and we was sitting at his house drinking because he done caught him a good buzz off of that warm beer. But he wouldn't drink it cold. He would he'd go buy it, he'd buy one, and he'd set it right beside his chair outside his house, and you'd go by there and he'd say, "You want a beer?" No, don't think so. I got one in the back of the truck. It's cold. I mean, he drank them hot. I mean, you know how South gets. I'm in South Carolina. Well, we was in Atlanta then, so same thing. Get 110, 115 degrees. You know, he still he didn't care how hot they got. He'd drink them. He never put his beer in the cooler. Oh, got to get back to you talking about the Robo Brew or the whole 9 yards, the fermentation chamber, I mean the S&S conical, the S&S conical, and the Robo Brew. They just come out with a new Robo Brew. Go watch Short Circuit Brewer. You can go to my like page on my channel. It's Short Circuit Brewers. They just come out with last month. Well, this month. It was 2 days ago. The Robo Brew 3, which I like mine better. It's not as complicated. It was $500 just for the Robo Brew. And you can brew in a bucket if you want to, but I wanted to go all stainless, so you know I've made everything else I've ever made has been in buckets, 7-gallon buckets. and 1 gallon carboys, but I actually have a pretty good bit of money in it with the conical. But yeah, but go to Keg. If you got something to write this down with, go to Keg King. Go to kegking.com and just look up Robo Brewing. You can see what it is now. All the rest of them, the Grainfather, let's see, there's a Grainfather, there's about 3 or 4 more different ones. I know one of them is the Grainfather, dang, I can't think of it right now. But there's 3 or 4 more of them, and you can look them up on YouTube. Just look up brew, one brew. But they 800, 900,000 bucks. So the Robo brews half the price for the same thing. And it's mine's a good system. I like it. I mean, it did me a good job. So you got the Grainfather, you got the Brewer's Edge. The Brewer's Edge. It's like 900 bucks. You can get you can get these big old 3-part stainless systems at they 13, 14, 15, 2,000 bucks. Trying to, nah, I buy them with the kit. I just get a kit. I've been thinking about trying it though. See what happens. I watched a lot of videos on it, and don't sound too hard. As long as you got some good ground and you make something to run them on, because they say they grow about a foot a day. That's doing some growing. I just seen that. Let me see. We'll have to go here. I might lose you. Comments. I see comments down here, but on my phone, but I lose them. I can't read them. See, you got a Beer Smith profile. There's a Grainfather. It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same. While some push high commission, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some advisors And a lot of people just take 10-gallon igloo, the round ones like you put water in, and use them. A lot of them use old beer kegs, fine old beer kegs, and they cut the top out of them, and they put their hot liquor tank in one of them, and then they drain it down into a cooler with which you probably seen it all. See, like here, you're talking about how expensive my system was. You got a 10-gallon stainless steel kettle with valve. That's it. No way to heat it up. No nothing. Now this is a cheap one. It's from Cold Break Brewing. It's $129. You got another one right here, a stainless steel cold brew coffee system with filter, but still from Keg Outlet that you don't. Well, ain't nobody watching. That you don't have to. You still ain't got no nothing to heat it up with. It's $449.95. You got S&S Brew Tech. You got what was this one? Now you got S and S&B. Oh, I thought this would just be a quick one. I just jump in there and let y'all. We'll see what was going on and. So yeah, we just talking about an amber lager, and that's what we're gonna brew next, and might brew one in between there and get something to drink there. Might have to run out and buy a freezer, I reckon, so I can get 3 kegs in there. So I can have 2 lagering and 1 ready to drink, because I'm going to make me a grain of glass. One of these recipes off here, might check out one of Newburgers, Craig Newburgers. Y'all ain't heard of him, go check him out. Or check out Drunken One. Might do one of his grain of glasses. So I can have something to drink, so I don't have to keep buying these. So that's what's been going on, and brew shed's gonna finna get done. I got the siding for it. I gotta get the tin to go on it. And I already got the insulation for the brew shed, so. Thank you, sir. Who'd you sub? Yeah, there's some good ones out there. Well, they got some. They got some. However you say it, anyhow, they got some energy, enthusiasm. I'm Southern, so I can't say a lot of them words I'm trying to say. But see, I got two watching out there. Yeah, drunken one. He went to Bass Pro Shop today. Well, he took his little boy with him, and his little boy spent his money. All that money he's saving on homebrew, making that homebrew, he's spending on that little boy, spending on his son. So I don't blame him, ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't let him fool you. He's making all that money out there, being an electrician out there in Texas. They got this little thing called a micro brew. I was walking through Walmart the other day going to get something and walked by it, and it's called a micro brew. Called a micro brew. It takes pony kegs. But you don't. You go somewhere and buy the pony kegs like can't think of the first ones that come out with them, but you see them at the. You can find them just about anywhere at the grocery store. Them little pony kegs. That's a little thing you put it in, and says you can put growlers in it. I think it was $300. Yeah, no, I am. Yeah, this one don't make the beer for you. You have to put your own beer in it. I'm looking at one now. It's called the Meet the Pico Brew Home Brew Brewing Machine. You have to put all kind of stuff in it, and it's like a brew machine, but Man, they want so much for them things. But then at Walmart, you go out and buy the little kegs and put in it. I just done a review on one of the beers and I can't think of what the hell it. What the hell kind of. Well, they've been out for a while. The green. Cool. Where'd you get it from? Is it all green or Bam, man, look at this in it. Oh yeah. Is it all grain or extract? Kit. Probably cool. You did it on your stove. Be right back. Yeah, get me a beer. Oh, I'm back. I hear you. That's the best way to start, you know. That way you can find out if you like it. You can find out if you want to do it again. Amber Ale. The only thing is, I ain't got a lot up under my belt, but I'm just telling you what everybody else tells me. Just make sure your temperature when you're after you put your yeast in it, you know, and you get it to going, just make sure your temperature stays the same. So that's the most important thing. Is your temperature has to, you know, stay within 1 degree of what you're supposed to be at to make it turn out to be a good beer. That's just what they tell me. That's what I've learned from everybody. mine, the Oktoberfest I got out there in the fridge, it turned out, it was good, boy. Quit. She devil down there. Took the gravity right before I put her in the fridge, and I tasted it, and it tasted awesome. I said, yeah, this is Oktoberfest right here. Well, yesterday it's been 7 days. Yeah, 7 days today. I went out there and tasted it, and it tasted funny, but what they said, I went on top. Yeah, that's a good one. I've been on there. They said that it's the yeast. Said you gotta wait till you get the yeast out of it. Once I cold crash it and I drop everything out of the lager, it won't taste like that no more. It'll go back tasting like the Oktoberfest. I'll taste the hops and all that I put in it, which makes a lot of sense because when I took the sample of it and I put the hydrometer in it, I seen that stuff steadily fermenting, boy. I mean, it was shooting in the hydrometer case. They say don't pour it back in there, but I did. What you doing down there? As long as she by her daddy, she's okay already. She'll lay right there till I go to bed. She even tried to get me to go. She start pulling on me and stuff, trying to get me to go to bed. Yeah, I got that. Another thing, if you got Facebook, go to Robo Brew on Facebook, look it up, and ask to join. And man, you can just sit there and you can watch them. They'll tell you all kind of stuff about it. And come here, babe. You're getting too big to be in Daddy's arms. Why you want to wake on Daddy, boy? Now you want to kiss me. I don't need no kisses. My baby. That's my baby. Yeah, it's an Australian Shepherd. She loves a daddy. But when she gets cranked up, daylight, your butt getting out of bed, she'll attack you. What? 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 You don't need no alarm clock. Get back there. Yeah, she was expensive too. Got a little dock tail back there. You want some? Want some? Want some? Nope. She tried to drink my beer. She'll sit there and type too. I was stretched back one night and laying back and watching something on the live stream. I looked up there and there was all kind of stuff up there. I said, didn't understand none of it, but she was steadily typing with them paws. Okay. You know how to talk brew talk? You want to brew a beer? You want to brew a beer? You want to brew a beer? Say, you want to brew a beer? Say. Alright, get that down and lay down. Okay. There she goes. She gonna sneak around and come in behind me. See her coming on the other couch over there? Told you. You ain't typing tonight. What you wanna be on YouTube? You wanna be on YouTube like Daddy? Daddy don't need no slobbering and kisses. What? Now we talking about brew. We ain't talking about no dog. We're gonna brew you up. We're gonna get an Australian brew day. We're gonna get an Australian brew day. I'm gonna have to name a beer after you, I reckon. What is it? What? Sure your mama didn't call you? Alright. Go on now. Let's see how long I've been on here. You done brewed your when did you start your beer? Damn, quit now. You better quit. No. Now get back down and lay down. When did you start your beer? You done brewed it? January 15th. That's been a month. How much longer it gonna take? Okay, you on up there, ain't you? January. That's 17. I don't know where my 18's at. Put that shit over there. Still bubbling. It's January, February. You know, that's bad when you don't even know what day it is. It's been over a month, so I don't understand why it's still bubbling. It's March, what, March the 8th? No, it only any yeast you usually get only goes from 7 to 14 days. Yeah, I grow my own yeast. Go look at my video I just made of a yeast starter, and you can see I was back in my older days. I was back in my older days. I mean, my younger days. I got old now. I don't need none of that. All I need is some beer. But ain't nothing wrong with it. Back in my teenage days, smoked my fair share of it. Okay then, I've been on here about an hour. Marty, I hope your beer turns out good, and David, you have a good one, and we're gonna call it and we're gonna get on out of here, and you make sure you let me know how that beer turns out, and you let me know when it's ready. Put you up a video of it. You ain't gotta show yourself, just put a video of the beer up, tasting it. So you have a good one. We gone. Bye bye.